Beautiful. I always wanted to learn how to cook on an open campfire. So this was a win. Marauders, welcome back to the channel. It's September 4th. I'm in a race against Mother Nature. I have 6, 7, 15 to 18 yard piles of topsoil I need to spread today. And I also need to get it seeded. I'm in a race against time against Mother Nature. So I'm going to use the excavator to spread out those large piles of topsoil. It's just too much work for the John Deere 3 Series 3046R. So I'm gonna toss around the piles, rough grade them with the excavator, then come in with a box scraper on the back of the tractor and the front bucket, 401 bucket, and push it around and grade it, which usually is good enough for me to grow grass. This isn't my lawn, they're rough areas of my property, it should be fine. Okay. I gotta get to work. Let's get working. This is probably 15 plus yards here in a sinkhole area. All these piles are between 15 and 18 yards of material. And this area actually ponds and in a heavy rainfall, even during the winter. Labor Day weekend in our area, it's like a switch. The weather changes. This morning, I was outside at 7 o'clock. It was 53 degrees. That's how fast the temperature changes in Western New York when you go from August to September. My father always said Labor Day is like a switch in our area, and it really is. September actually is a pretty good month to grow grass. Now, July, for 6 weeks of this summer, almost all of July and into August, I was rained out from working on the eastern part of my property. and then I had to wait for it to dry out. So I had filled it before July, end of June. I filled in the holes where I took the stumps out. Wasn't enough soil. I added a little more here or there in between some dry spells. Last week I really hit it hard with 4 more loads, 10-wheeler loads on my triaxle Peterbilt dump truck. Dumped some more dirt in there. So I think I have more than enough dirt to get that area finished and seeded today, and also some areas by this pond. Okay, so I've said it before, I'm not a professional operator. I've been doing this a better part of my adult life, hit and miss, mainly when I do a house, my first house. And this is not a bulldozer. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. First of all, I have good dry topsoil. This pile is 40 some years old, maybe 46 years old that I picked it off of. And it's good topsoil, it's dry. This is almost exactly, the lowest spot is now the highest spot. Low spot's now the highest spot. It will run pitch to either the creek or the pond. And I'm really happy the way this turned out. I hope the next one turns out this good. I thought I could do it with 2 big loads of topsoil, and I think I'm gonna do it. You can see how handy the 4-in-1 bucket is. You could have picked that up with a standard bucket, but that's all garbage in there. The 4-in-1 bucket made pretty easy work of picking up 80%, 85% of that pile. I'm just gonna pick through and throw some of the bigger rocks in it, but I'm pleased the way that worked out. So we're gonna keep moving. I'll knock that one down, and I'm happy the way this turned out. Very pleased the way it turned out. Making progress. Weather, Sunday and Monday, it's due to rain. So I really wanna get it seeded, rough graded, and seeded prior to the rain. And I have a lot of ryegrass in this mix. I'm hoping that I can get grass in a week, a little longer, start to show some signs of grass, and then through September it will grow, and at least it will be green. I won't be looking at dirt during the winter time. We'll see. I got a lot ahead of me today. I gotta rush and get it done. We're having people coming over, guests coming over later tonight. There is nothing worse than working with wet topsoil, and this soil is great. It is so powdery. So let's give you a look. I am going to get this planted today. I'm probably a little bit ahead of schedule, and I'm going to move across the property, grade another area. I did get this area planted that day, along with an area on the other side of my property, the east end of my property. This I did have to rake out by hand with a 3-foot hand rake. I did pick out stones by hand on this. I did seed it with a combination of bluegrass and ryegrass, and we won. I got it in, and September rain, plus I irrigated it for 2-3 weeks, but September rain, I grew grass in this area. So it worked out. Some areas I have to touch up in the spring that are ponding. That happens when you fill a lot, and we did receive a lot of rain. It rained almost all day yesterday and part of the previous night. But I think it looks good. This is a win. By the way, these puddles weren't here prior to the rain. And it is very soft because it was recently filled. Please consider subscribing to my channel. That's how we keep score. I hope you like this video and share it with a friend. And looks beautiful, doesn't it? So we'll close out of this video. Marauders, as always, thank you for watching the channel. No eggs were sacrificed in this video, thankfully. Always appreciate your support and those channels around the YouTube world. who comment about my videos. I appreciate that. Let's think of our soldiers and the sick. I hope to see you on the trail. Thank you and God bless. What am I gonna do without this excavator? Oh my gosh. You get spoiled by it. Just spoiled. It just makes things, I could probably do things I'm doing with the excavator, most of it with the tractor. It is just so much easier with this excavator. What a machine. Thank you for joining me on this little adventure in my yard. Maybe you'll see me stumbling and bumbling through learning how to cook on an open campfire in the near future. We'll see.